And we're back to another match of Super Smash Bros. Here at Rio Grande University. For tonight, I am your caster, Dylan Euler, and I'm joined by...
Good old Traven Walker. Usually I'm here for Overwatch, but standing in for tonight.
Yeah, and we appreciate Traven hopping on because Corbin is not here tonight, so it's me and Traven. All right, so I believe we're going to be kicking into it right here soon. We are streaming Dakota and, who was it, Pop?
It's like So Good Pop, I believe that's what we were told.
So Good Pop?
Yeah, we're just going to refer to them as Pop. I'm not entirely sure what exactly the username is, but we're told to refer to them as just Pop for right now.
All right, and we'll go with that. So with that being said, we're going to kick into it here in a few moments, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back for the time being. Oh, wait, I think we're actually kicking into it right now.
Yes.
But, Traven, you said you've seen Dakota play a few times?
Oh, yeah, a lot of times. I've played with her for the last year and a half. She's going against a Samus.
A Samus?
Now, let's say I usually play Link, and I know that she usually gets her way around projectiles, usually. So this would be a very, I would not imagine not a super favorable matchup, but she will probably know her way around it.
Yeah, so we're diving right into it here. It looks like Dakota's going for a few side attacks, kind of just going right into it, but the Samus seemed to shield that. Oh, and he's flinging them around a little bit, sending them into the air a bit.
It seemed like Dakota was trying to get into really quick, but just trying to be aggressive right off the rip. That didn't really seem to work in her favor as those punished fairly quickly by...
Yeah, that'd normally be a pretty good way to approach it, but in this scenario, it just ain't panning out.
Yeah.
Getting flung around a little bit off the map. They do manage to recover. Samus manages to recover as well, going right into it, launching them across. It looks like it was close to a smash attack, but not quite, but it was enough to send them off. And that was another one that's sending them right off.
Yeah, Dakota just kind of struggling to try to get some kind of damage off.
Oh, and there goes the first stock. Yeah, so now it's 2-3. What'd you say the name was? I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. Pop. Okay. That's a very easy one, yet I somehow slipped that.
It's not something you really thought about.
39 damage already on Dakota.
She's seemed to struggle to just try to get some kind of damage onto this Samus. She's found her way in.
Did manage to land a few attacks there, though, bringing him up to 53. That's pretty...
Spike on the stage, but that just sets him up. But the counter does break the combo up.
Yeah, and 66 damage for Pop, so 131 for Dakota.
The up B really helps get her space back up there. And that back air is going to...
There goes that second stock.
Yeah. The back air is going to just stun Dakota there. And that's going to bring it to last stock situation for Dakota as Pop here is going to try to take a 3-0 victory early.
Yeah, it's definitely not looking good for Dakota. They do still hold a bit of a chance of trying to come back from it. However, that does not look very likely when you're going up against a 3 stock right now.
Well, I mean, everything's possible. I've lost many 3-1s. I've also won many 1-3s as well. So it's always possible. She can always come back. I've seen her come back from worse.
Yeah, it does look like they might be able to get that first stock off, though, making it a 2-1. Potentially could go for a 1-1, and anything is definitely possible, but just kind of odds are stacked against Dakota at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of times when you're in this situation, you don't really think about winning the game. You're thinking about just at least getting one stock off of them, because at least you had that moral victory going into game 2.
Yeah, that's definitely a better way to end your first round.
Pop tries to get that spike on the Dakota, but just kind of just whiffs it. That would have sealed the game. The back air comes through, nearly ends Dakota's game 1, and just spaces out with the up B.
Managed to send him flying a little bit, too.
Narrowly missing the full charge. The down B comes down with the counter.
Oh, it's a pretty tight match now.
That up throw is
going to end there goes the first round. Yeah. It looks like Pops will be taking the win on round 1.
Yeah, so 1-0 for in favor of Pops right now. One thing that Dakota needs to think about right now is the ways to get in. They are struggling to just get in any of these fights. The aggression just isn't there, and when they do try to aggress, they just get punished off it very easily. They need to find a way to get around it.
Yeah, and it looked like they just kept getting, like, at every chance there was, they were kind of getting hit. It seemed like there might have been a few more shielding techniques that would have helped.
Correct. I don't know what's going on here. I don't think we should be starting the second game right now.
We definitely
should be doing
not
bans.
be. Oh, that's interesting.
I think it was an error. I think because right now, if they would go into game, I don't think they're actually playing. Yeah. I don't know if they're actually playing game 2 or yet. We'll see. If one of them jumps off the side of the stage, then they're not playing. Or they already switched.
Oh.
Okay, so it must have been... So stage 2 is Gentleman's PS2, it looks like. We're just right back into it, I guess.
And we're jumping right in with Dakota already got 20 damage. Definitely not a good start.
Charge shot really staggered her.
Okay, I definitely thought that they were going to fall for a stock there, but they managed to recover. Sora's recovery attacks are very helpful.
Oh, yeah. Sora has probably one of the best, if not the best, recovery in the game. I mean, I can only think of a couple more that are a little bit better, but the thing is that you can be so dynamic with that up B into the side Bs.
Yeah, and there, that was kind of a helpful attack just in general. Though it's a good recovery, it can benefit you when you're actually trying to fight someone. It looks like Dakota may have learned from the last match a little bit. There seems to be a bit more reflective attacks being used and a few more shields.
She's using that down B a lot. She needs to not make that a habit for this game. That can be punished very easily.
It's definitely Pops definitely seems to be holding the damage right now. You know, so getting Dakota a bit higher, and there goes the first stock.
And Dakota is also sitting on Blizzaga right now. That would, well, not anymore. Now on Fiaga. Gonna throw that one away, as well as sitting on Thunder, probably one of the best neutral Bs in Sora's little rotating pocket.
Any other damage is getting high very quickly. It does seem that those shield attacks are up right there. See that reflective attack?
Down B, the counter comes through. Now see, she uses the down Bs in a very different way than I've seen other people use. Like you see people play like Fire Emblem characters, they'll just use down B whenever they feel like they're gonna get hit. This time around, it looks like the down B is just more of a counter breaker than anything. Gets spaced out that time though.
Oh, and froze him too.
No, nothing not gonna be able to capitalize off that. 102. That is a kill percentage right there.
It looks like had him pretty close to losing that stock there, but they recovered and are now hitting Dakota a good bit, landing some heavy damage. But Dakota is going around hitting a few more attacks.
Pop is trying his best to try to keep the perfect streak alive. That back air is really going to help that, though. It's going to help gain space. And
and there goes the second
shot from
stock.
Pops is going to bring down the 3-1 stock difference. Dakota can probably get one here if... Oh, she can just try her best to get there. Oh, the up B narrowly kills
that was
that
very
DI.
Close.
The DI comes
trying to go for the finish, but it didn't pan out for him.
Yeah, not exactly.
And there it goes. Dakota takes
attack.
the first stock. Well, the first stock for them of the night.
Yeah, and the dash attack from the Sora is going to just help Dakota actually get on the board tonight. That was 5 stocks unanswered to 1. It's not necessarily a good mathematical outlook if you want to look at this.
And there we had mentioned earlier that that dash attack, it seems to be helping him a little bit.
I mean, dash attack's not really a kill option, but she also isn't really setting up a lot of kill options here that we're watching.
That was pretty good.
And that was good damage. The down air brings us back into a 1v1. This is still winnable. The up B out of shield into the side Bs. 24 damage guaranteed there. Probably should have been more. The rest of all those hits didn't necessarily connect. As the down smash is going to put an end to game 2.
All in all, that was definitely a better match for Dakota. It looks like they learned from their first round. Sometimes you got to study your opponent and just kind of figure out what works best.
When you go into the games like this, where you have no prior studying or anything like that to the other, just on the other player, it's kind of hard to really pinpoint some things out. So it's nice to know that the Dakota was able to actually put some results there on that second round, but it unfortunately was not enough. She's staring down the barrel of a 3-0 loss. We'll see if she can bring it back.
And I'm fairly new to the NECC rule sets. How many more would Dakota have at the moment, rounds?
It's best of 5.
Best of 5, okay. Yeah, from high school we competed in ESO, and the rule set there was best of 3. So I'm kind of having a rough time wrapping my head around that.
Usually it's best of three. Like anywhere else when they say tournaments and stuff until you get to like top eight. The thing is, this is a revolving season. If we just did best of threes, the games will last like 5 minutes. So it's probably best that we do have this format, or else it seems like you're building up days going up into like these like games to just be like, you know what? Let me just play this game for like 10 minutes. So it all comes down to a bunch of things here. So, but besides that, Dakota needs to. I think Dakota's taking a timeout here, probably talking to her coach, PB John, about everything that's no, it's kind of it's perspiring over here over this game.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and be right back. And we're back. So it looks like there might have been a bit of a confusion on the opponent's team.
Yeah, there was confusion going on. For some reason, the site rules said that it was a best of 3, but the games have been best of 5 up to now, and we're not in the playoffs, I don't believe.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird that happened there. So I'm assuming it's probably just a misinput or something, or what's going on exactly. But until we heard anything otherwise, I think we're just kind of rolling off, just kind of like this like stalemate, but still a best of 5.
And it's not funny, but it's kind of funny since we were talking about that earlier, like
Right,
the
yeah.
confusion between different places. All of them play in 3s, but this one's a 5.
Usually, I mean, it makes sense to do a best of 5. I mean, it's been a best of 5 for the last 2 years. I don't understand like why now we would restart and just do best of 3s, but I digress. I don't know what's going on exactly, nor do I even know if this is playoffs or not. I don't think it is.
Yeah, and
It is playoff week for NDCC though. Which, to give everyone a little heads up, this Thursday, URG Black does play their first match in the quarterfinals. So make sure to tune in on that.
so like is the entire league is in playoffs right now, right?
Should be.
So do we know who on the Smash team has made it to playoffs so far?
If I had to guess, well, I don't know what's going on. Hold on, so.
If I had to guess, the voice we just heard in the hallway has made it.
Want to do an interview? All right. So we have just gotten word that it was not an error. It is, in fact, a best of 3, which is baffling. I don't think this was announced either. But besides that, we're not going to get into anything that's like confusing, frustrating, stuff like that. We're just gonna move on to it. Pops wins 2-0. Unfortunately, standing next to me is Dakota. Unfortunate scenes tonight, but you did play pretty well going into these games. You didn't back down. You didn't quit. You want to get some kind of insight about the game itself, or?
Yes, actually, I have a few insights into the game. For one, I personally, over the couple of scrim matches I had against Good Pop, I knew exactly where I was going into. And I feel like the first match, I didn't really do so hot. And that's one of those things where it's like, hey, once you start learning how to play against someone, you do kind of understand how they go for. Shout outs to So Good Pop. Hold on, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that I got their pronouns right. Which is
Very important.
Oh yeah, he also, according to Pop, he says, "I know it's weird. They just changed it randomly about the best of 5 to best of 3. Don't have pronouns for Pop right now, so I'm just gonna go with they, them. Yeah. So like I showed in my match that, yeah, if I go up against someone, probably in not that long a time, they have a very big advantage over me. But once I learn how they play, I turn around and I'm able to bring it down almost close to the wire there at the very end.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to point out too. I did notice while you were playing, the first round you were kind of getting hit a little bit more, and then the second round you started to shield and reflect a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's just from a lot of me playing online, you don't get the same type of quality and experience from people online, most toxic place that I've ever been in. But when you play on NECC, you get that little bit amount of respect. And obviously in that first match, I wasn't showing it. I was so used to playing online, having to deal with a lot of, hey, let's try to get our moves in, our best moves in on people. And really all this game is about is like, doesn't matter how many times you can get your Byleth hammer out, you'll always, always the small jabs will always be the ones to actually hit you. And unfortunately, I did not respect so good pop in the beginning there, but right now I definitely respect him, and that's why I feel like me being like, okay, Ashley, get your head in the game, get your mind focused in it, and that's why I came back. And even though I didn't win, like I always tell people, I will always do my best in this. Never back
That's
down.
definitely a good mindset
Never
to have.
surrender.
You kept pausing there. I kept pulling the mic away. I only really have one question though. So was this playoffs by chance? I just want to know, was this playoffs or was it just in season? Actually,
I have absolutely no idea. NECC, I mean, I know that these things are, we're playing against them, but really, NECC, you really need to get your stuff together. Like, really get your stuff together because of the fact that it doesn't make sense that.
I don't want to cut you off, but I also don't want to stir up any kind of controversy. But I understand your feelings. I do, because we all share the same feelings for you, not just in here, but also back there. I'm just trying to make sure we don't say the wrong thing before things tailspin to things we don't know about. So I'm sorry to cut you off there, but
No, I understand. I completely understand. But yeah, it's just, switching to Start GG, not giving us the information right out of the back. Also being very, very quiet. Very sorry. I mean, I hate to say it. NECC, you really need to get that stuff together.
honestly, I'm not going to agree with that, because there was supposed to be another bracket that was supposed to be free, and that got canceled. From what I've been told by numerous players, that was without notification. But I'm not going to get into that. We're not going to start any more pots. We're just gonna we're just gonna move on from this. Hopefully, we get to see you again later this season. Hopefully, more down the road. It was a pleasure commentating your game, and watching you play.
All right. And I just have one last thing that I need to get off my chest here. I am the top two.
No.
I am the top two.
Cut her off.
I am the top two Smash players in Rio Grande, and I sure as heck bro too.
Cut you off. Long story. That's an inside joke. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Dakota, unfortunately, falls 2-0. I don't know if BB John's playing. I've been told, right? Just want to confirm again. BB John is not playing tonight.
Is he not?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
I don't know. I could go check.
Let's go check that before we dip out. I was told no. I was also told maybe, but
I was told the
I digress.
same.
So I digress. If that is the end of the broadcast, a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, that game did not go how I thought it would. I think that surprised a lot of us. Just some
Right.
interesting changes there. But all in all, I enjoyed this stream, and it was definitely a pleasure commentating Dakota's game.
Yeah, it was too, and it was also a really fun interview. Probably the best one I've had all season. To the points where I actually had to be careful with it. Since we're on some hot topics, I do want to say one thing.
Is this another Traven hot take?
No, not a Traven hot take. This is me. Nintendo, why do you hate us?
Yeah, I'll give you that
Okay,
one.
you're killing not just our esport, but Splatoon and anyone else that wants to be competitive for your games. You're the only developer I know that does this. That's not acceptable. You have an obvious crowd, obviously not the crowd you want, but you can have multiple crowds. Who can believe that? Okay, you have a casual crowd, which is what your game's supposed to be made on. Then you have us who are competing. It's a slap to the face of us, slap in the face of people like PB John, like Dakota, like all the pros you can think about, even the people that are just want to get into it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that. It definitely seems like the direction they've been heading is just not good for anyone, not
Right.
even for themselves. I don't
So-
understand that.
So before I get heated, I'm going to sign off. This has been Trent Walker. I will see you Thursday, commentating. I believe it is, I'm not sure if it's Cartridge that we're playing against, but it's going to be URG Black is going to begin their championship run for the Challengers Championship.
Yeah, and so with that being the end of the stream, I am Dylan Euler, and this has been Dakota's match of Super Smash Bros.